me share the whole screen. Give me a second. This one. I'm not sure how can I share the entire window. It seems that Mhm. Okay, now I guess you can see my screen. I'm not sure how to share the entire window. Sorry, entire screen. But I hope you can see my screen over here. Okay, so here I have two virtual machines. I'm not sure if you can see the screen on this screen. So I hope can someone just confirm this one whether you see uh, the window of two uh, two virtual machines?
Yes, we
Do you
can see,
see?
but it's a bit
Yes, sir.
small. Can you maximize?
Sorry.
We can see it's a bit small. Can you maximize virtual manager? It's very small.
Okay.
Yes.
I hope you can see now, right?
Yeah, yeah, we can see
So
it.
here we have, I have created two virtual machines. One is that by, so this is a very small size, minimal version of your Linux operating system. Uh, so this is one virtual machine currently running, and the virtual machine Ubuntu. So I have like two virtual machines. Let me remove this one. So these are two different virtual machines currently running. So what I want to do, first of all, Ansible on Windows is not very straightforward. So that's why like I had to set up this virtual machines, the virtual box, everything. So what I want to do, I want to monitor or I want to control this diet by this virtual machine using from this Ubuntu virtual machine. So for Ubuntu, what I have, um, so this is the Ubuntu virtual machine, and let me log in. OS boxes. Yes. Okay. Um, so this is one virtual machine. Okay, here the font is very small. What I will do is um, I will go to command. Okay, as I said, always separate 68. So I am inside this Ubuntu virtual machine. Okay, and so this is root OSP. So can you see the diet pie?
Yes,
I have
sir.
not installed this. Okay, if I'll do this one, then it will again take more time. So there are like two command. Let me log in there. SSH root at the rate 192.68.31.16. Okay, so this is one machine and this is another machine. Let me increase. I hope both the machines you see two different command command prompt you see, right? Can you please confirm?
Not
We
visible.
can see that, sir.
You cannot.
Yeah, it's not visible. We can see the dark price.
Sorry, it's not clear. Can you see the two different command prompts?
No, no, sir.
Okay. Let me share again. How about now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, visible. Yes.
Okay, perfect. So, so this is the first virtual machine. This is Ubuntu virtual machine, and this is your eco target virtual machine. And here I have installed DietPy. It's a very minimal version of an operating system. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I want to control the target virtual machine from the controller VM. So what I did first is that I installed Ansible before that. And to install Ansible again, it's a very almost more or less a very straightforward, simple sudo apt install Ansible. So that will simply install Ansible. Um, okay, that will simply install Ansible over here. Okay. Um, Now I'm not going to install anything on that Pi. It's very fresh one. And from here, what I want to do is I want to control the Diet Pi virtual machine. Before that, let me first, you need to first make sure that you can access the Diet Pi virtual machine from your Ubuntu or your controller VM. So first of all, make sure that the controller VM can access, can log into the target virtual machines. So over here, what I can do is, as I said, I can use the username password root at the rate, and then the IP address 168.31.16. And over here, from my controller VM, I can access the target VM. Let me log out from here. Okay, Now I need to inform Ansible that the first thing is that first make sure that Ansible is installed. Okay, something is going on. I mean, some configuration is saying that including the versions. Now the second thing is that you somewhere mentioned that what are the target VMs, and for that, if you recall, that we need to create the inventory file. So the inventory file you can say simply, let us say host .yml. So over here, if you look at, I have already provided that what is the target VM, including its username, password, everything. So the target VM, this is the inventory name, there is dat by. Then the host name is dat by one. And the IP address, the host address is 192.168.31.16. And the port number is 22. So this is the SSH port number. This is the username, root, and this is the password to log into that VM. Well, what I'm saying over here, the username, username and your password. This is not the best practice to implement. Of course, in the beginner level, you can do that. And since these two things are in the virtual machine, so for the time being, I'm just showing this one. And this is the default password for this virtual machine. The best practice would be to create the key and to store the public key on the target VMs. So that is the best practice how you can implement the SSH. How you can log into the remote system over SSH. So over here, in my case, I have one inventory and one host. It's possible that you can mention like multiple hosts, um, and uh, you can mention here multiple inventories. So my host file is ready. So if you again see the host file, then this is the content of my host file. And this host file is present in my local system, so in a local directory, current directory. So what I'll do, I want to ping this machine first using Ansible. Give me a second. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to ping that one. So to ping, let us say Ansible, um, and then you provide what is the model, that model is ping, and then you say where you want to ping that one. So over here, you need to write the inventory name. So the inventory name is dat.py. And since inside dat.py there is only one system, so it will ping, there is only one host, it will ping only one target machine. Oh, sorry. I need to also mention that where is this, I need to mention what is the host name. Sorry, your inventory file, host.yml. So here you can see it can ping the host dat.py one. So obviously, if I'll mention over here ping and then all, I guess it will not work. Okay, it will not work. But the other host can be local host. Okay, sorry. I need to mention here this minus X. Hmm. Stable host. Okay, there is something I can easily write in vim host, and what I'll write over, right over here is that localhost. Let us say okay. So here you can see that it is able to ping the directory one, but it's unable to ping this local host. It is simply because it's unable to connect to that one. So obviously because um, what we can say maybe yeah. So possibility is simply we can mention here host, but we can try it out if it will work. The best way is that you provide the detailed information in not in the short form, rather in the bigger form, in the detailed form. So let's mention that let's say we want to do only with the directory. Oh, sorry. Now what I want to do, let me create some file and folders. So for that, of course, in addition to ping, you can issue some other command, m command, and then you can say maybe the argument is ls. So the ls, your current directory, you have only desktop. So what we can do, let us say, let's create some file and folders. For that, what we can do, we can again use the command module. That's m command, and then you can provide some argument mkdir, and then in the target machine, I want to create the directory. Let us say in home slash directpy slash kit with the times. So let us say this is what the directory I want to create, and now hit enter. So here you can see it's the changed, and let's try to see the other one. So this is the directpy ls desktop. Let's first go to home directpy and let's check. So here I have created this directory just now. Okay. So here this is one demonstration that how to create a directory in the target machine. Obviously, if within that host inside this inventory, if you have multiple more virtual machines, then in all the virtual machines, these things will be created. Now let's say I want to create a file, not the virtual machine, sorry, not any directory. So in that case, what I can do, obviously the other way to create the directory is not only the CMD, but you can also use the module called file. So file module also can be used to create a directory. So for example, over here path, make home directory using file module. And obviously over here, you need to mention what is the state is directory. enter. Oh, sorry. I should not be saying mkdir. Path equal to this one. Okay. So it is saying that it has the file module. It has created a directory in the remote machine, target machine. And let's try to cross check that one. And if you cross check over here, there is a folder called kit using file module. So this is about creating the creating the folders. Now, if you want to send some file from here to there, from the controller VM to the target VM, what you can do is um, you can simply Ansible. You can use the module called copy /m copy, and then you provide. Um, but before that, you need to create some file, right? So let us say some random file. Some random empty file I'm creating. Now, if I want to send this any one of the random file to the target machine, um, you can simply provide /m, and copy is the module, and this is the argument A. And inside the argument, what you need to provide is to provide what is the src. The src is the source, and you can mention simply here random file, and the destination. Here I mentioned random this, so this is the file because it's in the current directory, in the current location. So that's why I have just provided here simply the file name. And here the destination, so the destination is equal to, so /home/.py, and then maybe inside kit, the folder we created before. So this should be the path where the file will be kept in the target machine, right? And then your inventory name, aet.py, and then what is the host.yml. And let us see. At the same time, over here, we can check ls kit. So random file is over here created. So you can imagine over here, if you need to send this file to 10 number of virtual machines. So in a single command, you can send the simple file to the 10 number of different virtual machines. Okay, there are some. Okay, so there is some question. Are we required to put the password while installing or not? Okay, so password, what I'm saying is the password to log into the virtual machine. So there is nothing to do with the like installation. So when you install Ansible at the time, you don't have to, I mean, there is no requirement of no requirement of setting of a password. So it's just you install Ansible. But when you log into the other system, definitely over there, you need to provide the username and password. So if you don't provide the username and password to the Ansible, then Ansible will not be able to log into that system and perform the task. So this is the minimal version or minimal ways to log in, which is not very secure, I would say. So obviously in the production environment, username password is highly recommended to avoid. So yes, there is no requirement of setting up the password, especially when you install Ansible. So over here, we saw how you can send the files to the target machines. Now let's uh, try to install some packages on the target machine. So what I want to do is let us try to install Nginx. So what we can do, it's a very simple Ansible, and then So when you need to install something over there, obviously you need to have some sudo access, right? Sudo privilege. So for that you need to use dash b, and then model is apt. So it's simply like the way you install over here on your machine, sudo apt install, then nginx. The similar way over here, you need to say apt is the model, and then you provide the argument. Um, the argument should be name of the package, that is nginx, and then what is the state, present. And if there is a requirement to update the case, you update the case, um, and then you install this one in that py. And what is the host? Okay. Okay, it's failed. So what is the reason? Okay, so state should be present. So there's a typo. And let us see over here. If you install nginx, then you should be able to access this one, localhost. Can I? Okay, because Ansible is already installed. Probably that's the reason why I'm still able to access this one. Let's try to then remove this one. Remove nginx. So to remove nginx, what I'll do, I'll just mention here absent. Yeah. Update case is not required. So by default, take. Now let us see. Okay, it's done. Let us try to access this one again. Why? Mhm. Give me a second. Yeah. Yeah. CTL status. Okay, though it is uninstalled, but it's still. Let's try to stop this one first. To do that, so I'm now using service to stop nginx, services nginx, states equal to stopped, stopped. Okay, now let us see if it is running. Okay, now it is stopped. Nginx now it is stopped. So can I again Okay, so your Nginx is now stopped. Now your question arises, instead of writing all these long commands, you can also do that one using the playbooks. So for playbook over there, what you will do, you can mention each and everything in the playbook. So I have created a few playbooks that is related to the Nginx. Uh, so let me go to Nginx and then install playbook. So this is a playbook install Nginx YML file. And over here, I need to provide what's the name, the hosts. So this is basically your, so this is basically um, your inventory name. Become, yes, it means like it will elevate to you to the sudo privilege. Over here, the module name is apt. The name is Nginx. So this is a package name. And then your present means the state of the state of the Nginx. So it should be present. Uh, okay. Let me vim Nginx install. Okay. So now if I need to, instead of writing that long command, what I can do, I can say Ansible playbook, and then your um, inventory file and Nginx playbook slash install Nginx. So this is the playbook I'm executing. So in this playbook, you can see, okay, the play install Nginx web server. So this is already gathering fact. The task is install Nginx package. It is currently being executed. Well, installation, it is already installed. Sorry, we removed that one, of course. But if you look at the output of this task, you'll see that now it is installed. Okay, okay, two, everything is done. There is no failure. And then here we'll like to see, okay, so it is just like installation. It's not yet started. So what we can do, we can again start the Nginx. Okay, now I'm able to access the local host. And here, thank you for using Nginx. So this is the last part. So now let us say if I want to stop it, I have this YML file. So let us say hit enter. Now this one will stop the Nginx. Okay, now it is stopped. Now this one is not currently not running. Now if you need to uninstall this one, again, I have a playbook for uninstall. Remove Nginx package. Yeah. So over here, um, okay, now you can see the removing the Nginx package and as well as removing the unused dependencies. Um, so if you look at all the files that are present inside the all these playbooks, let us, what happened? Someone is writing something over here on the screen. So let me go here. And if you look at the starting of the service, this playbook, then you'll see start Nginx. It's very minimal one. Start Nginx service Nginx, and the state is started. The similar way, if you look at the stop Nginx playbook, then you can see stop Nginx. So here I have mentioned state equal to stop. Over here, the state is equal to started, but here the state is equal to stopped. So that's the only difference between these two playbooks. If you look at also the uninstall one, then over here you'll see remove the Nginx packages. Um, so once what I'm doing first is I'm removing the Nginx package using the same, the apt model package name is Nginx and the state of that one is absent. And after that, I'm also removing the unused dependency, which is like optional cleanup, and the same apt model and auto remove is equal to yes. So these you can see that I have like 4 different packages, so 4 different playbooks, and all the 4 different playbooks are having some sort of uh, very consistent way how to install Nginx, how to start it, how to stop it. So if I simply if I simply change the file or the inventory file, for example, this one. So if I simply remove or change this inventory to something else, then I can simply use the same YML file, same playbooks to install Nginx and manage Nginx on the target machines. If I add over here under .py, if I add over here probably like 10 different virtual machines, then using the same command, I can simply install Nginx on all the virtual machines. I can start Nginx on all the virtual machines. I can stop them and I can remove them just by using the same one line of command. So you can think of like how consistent this would be. Without this, what you need to do, without this, you would need to log into each and every system, execute the command to install Nginx, um, perform certain task, remove Nginx one after another. So that is very tedious task. That is very time-taking task. So instead of that, so this is what the automation, or this is what the IaC. This is secure in a way that obviously it is again relying on the SSS. It is relying on the keys. Right now in the demonstration, we use only username and password, but in practice, it may be simply the key file, which is enough to access all the virtual machines and control them. So this is what all about on today's session on how you can securely deploy something. As a task, what you can do, you have the Flask application that we discussed before. You can try to create a new virtual machine on your system. You can set up the same thing and you can try to install your Flask application on the target machine. So that is something like you can try to do by yourself and see whether it is uh, and see and also realize what is the capabilities of capability of infrastructure as a code. And that's all for now. If you have any question, okay, there are a few things in chart. Okay, it's is it possible to have a crash during the playbook execution? Um, in most of the cases, no. The only thing probably would be that playbook, it will simply execute all the tasks one after another. But if you have inside one playbook, if you have mentioned 10 different tasks, and if your first task fail, then your answer playbook will not execute the rest of the things. Now, in crashing, what it will simply do is uh, during the installation of any package, if there is a network connection interruption at the time, it may create some problems, but otherwise it will not have any greater impact on the overall execution process. Is there any resources to advance my skills? Yes. Let me, you can simply Google Ansible, sorry, Ansible model index. And if you go to Ansible module index, then basically you will see all the modules. Also, Ansible, there is a very good documentation how to use which module, including with the examples. Everything is mentioned in that one. So I would encourage to go through those modules and look at how you can control your target VMs. Okay, that's all, I guess, from my side. Is there any other question? Okay. Okay. It seems no.
Chinmay, can you stop here?
Yes, I guess this is all about how to securely deploy the
Okay.
applications. Yeah, so we can stop over here. Okay.
Attendance will be taken in the next session. Okay. I'll give the combined attendance. I'll take from there.
Okay, so that's all, I guess. Or is there anything else, Satya sir? Is there anything else, Satya sir?
No, Chinmay sir, it's very nice talk. Okay, students will work that you instructed them, and if any doubt, they will contact you. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. It was very
Okay.
nice talk.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you,
very much.
sir.
Bye bye.